Hello and welcome. My name is Denis O'Donovan. I'm with ProfitCom, a full-service agency specializing in technology vendor management. We've been in business since 1999, and we now support an ecosystem of over 300 vendors. Our specialty is helping customers navigate the confusing and very noisy space in a manner that saves people time, money, and headaches. The process we developed is called the RFP alternative, and we even wrote a book about it. Our goal with these sessions is to highlight unique solutions that our vendors can offer to IT leaders. Our presenter today is Mason Miles, EVP of CommandLink. He is going to share with us the trends with network service providers today, what the future of networking looks like, and the cutting edge efforts CommandLink is making to be a leader in the market. If you have any questions during the session, please post them in the chat. Mason, it's all yours, my friend.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dennis. We definitely appreciate our relationship with ProfitCom, and I hope to share both some educational talking points that IT can consider as they're looking to make technology initiatives in the future, and very happy to be presenting with you today. And to introduce, CommandLink is a global service provider for network, SD-WAN, security services. We differentiate around a proprietary IT service management software platform where that enables a very unique support model that will produce a predictable positive customer outcome in an industry with very poor customer satisfaction scores. We service customers like the 10th largest private company in the country, the world's largest food produce distributor, 3 of the top 100 largest banks. And every customer receives both our software platform and the very same path for support. And we purpose-built our company based on the idea of fixing the problems caused by telcos, by managed service providers, where we think that there's a lot of trends that can cause customer pain. That includes outdated tiered support models, service delivery pain, billing problems. M&A has been very disruptive in our space. And you have the fact that technology has advanced tremendously, but these companies are not very nimble in being able to keep pace. And all of this and the landscape of responsibility for IT has grown exponentially, and CommandLink is built to deliver time, scale, and simplicity back to IT when you need it most. And so let's talk about a few things. First of all, Gartner says that managed SD-WAN and security has rose about 85% over the last 5 years. And we see that consistently, including the Fortune 500, where companies often have hundreds of people on their IT team. SD-WAN is not a simplification of networking. It does add complexity. We're taking the same functions of the legacy router, firewall, and now we're building rules, policies, configs to make sub-second decisions. And most companies don't have sufficient staff for 24/7 coverage for either route switch or security engineering and expertise. You have the trends around the SD-WAN space where there's 75 disparate platforms out there. There's been a lot of M&A and consolidation. You have Palo acquiring CloudGenix, VeloCloud to VMware, and now a new transaction with Broadcom, Cisco acquiring Viptela. And a lot of this is based on the convergence where SD-WAN conversations are collapsing with security. A single platform to manage both does make the most sense from both Gartner's perspective, but also from CommandLink. You have the acronym soup of SASE and SSE. Every vendor's making moves in this market to either through M&A or development to both unify the SD-WAN and security stacks into one platform. We definitely agree with that. And then from a management perspective, telcos are slow to adapt. Really, they're digital dinosaurs that are still supporting advanced networks today as if they are a legacy MPLS network of days past. Carriers sell boxes, not a solution. Support is slow and reactive. Deployments commonly take a year. Change management takes days if you're lucky. And the other side of the management choice is MSPs. They're often regional. They lack ability to scale to enterprise levels or outside a regional footprint. And the MSPs that can scale to that are often extremely expensive. And we see this every day, but customers are frustrated with the lack of expertise. Management is arguably as important as the technology that is selected in an SD-WAN deployment. And we think that having the wrong management partner can be a significant negative business impacting issue if the wrong choice is made. Let's talk about service delivery issues. Deployments often take a year or longer, and that's no longer just because of supply chain issues. That might require IT staff time to manage a management provider, and that's additional workload that is just taking time from other initiatives. And the lack of accountability from a sales engineer handing off to a production engineer and then walking away from the management of the deployment, and then just overall project management is often lacking, with escalations being common. I see far too much reliance on zero-touch provisioning on activation day. What that means is a box is shipped out, it's meant to connect back to the orchestration platform, download its configs, and a lot of times that produces a extended activation day snafu. And so obviously what CommandLink does is we believe wherever possible in pre-configuring, lab testing thoroughly before shipping hardware. So we see a lot of this causing directly problems on activation day. And then from installation day forward, the vast majority of the providers in CommandLink space are still using a legacy tiered support model that has been in place for decades. We're talking about your front line of support, whether it's a route switch issue, a hardware problem, a security configuration change, or break fix on a circuit. Your front line of defense is a 800 number to a hold time to a call center rep, and then an escalation to get to someone who can actually help you. And every time you call back, you're repeating that process. That has been the status quo for decades. And with today's technology, we believe firmly that that is not a very efficient way to gain support for the network, which is the lifeblood of the business these days. Let's talk about change management. I did an interview recently with a company, a very senior level solution architect, with a company that sells based on customer experience. And their change management process is a customer opens a ticket in the NOC. The NOC sends that back to a sales engineer who's working business hours on a commission basis to sell the next transaction. And that person becomes responsible for creating, designing, and managing that work. Well, what if he's on PTO? What if he is, at a customer appointment trying to sell the next transaction so that he can get paid? That is where change management processes commonly take days. And in my past life, I've worked for providers where it was 1 to 2 weeks, and that is not an exaggeration for a simple change. So this is where management and change management SLAs become very, very common. CommandLink onboards 20 to 30 mid-market and enterprise customers a month, and I will bet you 1 out of 4 will, when we get into a deployment and a design review, we find that they're not on current firmware, and security patching has been lacking. This is a common problem that is opening up the threat vector for customers if the wrong vendor is selected. Obviously, a massive problem with the level of threat that every business faces these days. And SD-WAN of all types, every platform is going to provide significant visibility into the application stack, into the performance of network connectivity, but that visibility stays in the SD-WAN orchestration. And if something happens, generally speaking, we're still competing against carriers that at best might have ping monitoring on WAN connectivity, and there's no connection between the visibility SD-WAN provides and actually alerting and automation in some kind of remediation process. That is the future of SD-WAN, and we'll show you exactly what CommandLink is doing to address that issue. So hopefully we established that SD-WAN is here to stay. Every business, regardless of size, should be moving to this technology. The legacy router and firewall are obsolete with this new technology from my perspective. The problems and the potential for problems, they exist at every stage of your journey, from design engineering processes to project management, on activation day, in the NOC, feeding into billing, this can create a sea of problems that can be very business impacting, and there is a better way. So what CommandLink has built, we are a leadership team that has worked together across 2 businesses in nearly 20 years, where we think that there's a way to solve these problems. And it's through a healthy mix of a proprietary software platform and a very dedicated approach to support at every level through the customer journey, that when you combine those two elements, they will provide a positive outcome on a predictable level. And let's talk about the software first. Our software platform runs every piece of our business, whether it's sales, customer success, project management, engineering, billing. We're all working out of our software platform. It connects everything into one streamlined platform that gives us efficiency and able to capture everything unique about every client. We will keep a complete inventory of every service along its life cycle. And what's more is we offer standard network monitoring with omni-channel alerting and automation in support ticket creation, where we feed that to the NOC. And we'll talk about what that looks like exactly in just a minute, how we're unique in that. And we're pulling all the elements of SD-WAN through API, allowing customers to consume that in our software platform in an easier to reach manner. And that's also connected with alerting and automation. Again, I'll show you a little bit more about what that looks like. We would love to do a demo for you. I'll give you just a quick glance of what that looks like today. This is 10 years of software development in-house and tens of millions of dollars in development. And you'll see how we're investing to accelerate our innovation. The software is half of getting things to a point where time and simplicity are delivered back to IT, but the support methodology is the other half. You have to have technical resource available when you need it within minutes, 24/7. Here's how we accomplish that. We do not have a tiered support model that most telcos offer. We think that is obsolete, it's inefficient, and will be frustration when an incident happens. You have a circuit go down, you're working through a call center rep. That's just not a very good experience. So what we do is we give every customer what is called a command pod for NOC support. A command pod is an all domestic, all W2, all tier 3 engineer team that works with a defined list of customers. So they know their customers, they know their environments, the customer knows them. Every support case routes to the same people for familiarity and accountability. When a case is created, gets assigned to a specific tier 3 engineer inside the pod who becomes accountable and measured for their performance. And we commit to escalation-free outcomes, 1 hour change management SLA for anything not requiring a scheduled maintenance window or a design review. And if you open a ticket on our dashboard, or if our monitoring automatically creates that, it's a 10-minute or less SLA 24/7 to have that assigned to the command pod, to an engineer in that pod, and for that engineer to acknowledge the support case with a path for the direction of what they're taking to take care of that. This is where management will be a completely different level, where you have frontline access to the people that are typically shielded behind layers of call center reps, and people who are familiar with you and able to technically handle you, whatever comes up over that life cycle. The other thing we do is we can provide a single solution where we can give you connectivity of all types, all technologies, all ISPs, and we do that globally. This is a service that we can do as a standalone. We also do SD-WAN over the top of existing network. But from a connectivity perspective, most of our competition thinks of that as a commodity, where it's here's your speed, here's your price, and they're selling based on price. We are cost competitive because of our buying power, but we also have the ability to layer on our software, have alerting and automation, and a command pod engineer behind every support ticket, where we are giving time and simplicity back to IT as a standalone, service potential of just sourcing connectivity. We would welcome a deeper discussion on this point. We feel that really any customer will get a better outcome, time and scale, less problems when sourcing connectivity through CommandLink. So what does the future look like? It starts with notifications of incidents based on how we can customize to optimize for each customer. Command Alert is the ability to customize a call, text, email, or an API alert notification to an IT ticketing system, ServiceNow being the most common, where we can customize the alerting and who is notified based on the location impacted, which service it's affecting, the time of day, the type of incident. We can build the alert potential where if an incident happens, it goes to alert group number 1. If a problem persists for 4 hours, we can go to alert group number 2, which is an escalation within the customer community. And then even customer requests are possible. In the mid-market space, a lot of companies can't afford the 50 to 100,000 annual starting point for SolarWinds. We are offering elements of that around the network with our platform by default. And for the enterprise who does have SolarWinds, we even have the ability to integrate, and we'll enhance that experience. And the automation and time savings this provides is exceptional. Along the same lines as Command Alert, Command Automate. So now what we're doing is on the same criteria, the location, the service, the type of incident, time of day, we can customize the way we create an auto support ticket that is fed to your command pod. And we do that at scale with automation and software, where it is not just a note in the account. They get a support case. It has a checklist workflow that can populate based on the criteria we define together with our customer conversations. No carrier is doing this type of a thing. It's usually a multi-vendor solution. You get a connectivity vendor, an SD-WAN vendor, layer on SolarWinds, and maybe even a cloud security as E-Link or something like that. What we're offering is the simplicity of bringing these services down to one provider with a software platform to unify everything, one-of-a-kind alerting, one-of-a-kind automation, and then a command pod to be the one-of-a-kind response. And CommandLink is continuing to invest. We already have years of and many millions of head start on our competition. We have doubled the size of our development team based on both internal desired projects and customer requests. We also have added, Sanjay came from Genesys, the contact center company that is here to be our VP of AI and software product development to continue our innovation, adding AI for pattern recognition, helping with anomaly problem identification. We will continue our investment into the great advance of AI and software to continue adding products to bring to market to enhance IT's experience when working with the CommandLink. By the way, we can integrate service. Every service that we provide does include integration to the software with monitoring, alerting, but we also can integrate third-party services and would welcome custom conversations around that as well to simplify the process of your management of different types of services, even while they might be in contract with a third-party vendor. So when you put all these pieces together, CommandLink as the software platform that runs our business, but also is an overlay to every service, every support engagement, even into things like billing and inventory. You have alerting of incidents that you want to be notified at, how you want to be notified, and to the stakeholders, IT, and even local contacts, and even third-party vendors. The ability to automate and customize how we respond with tier 3 engineers that and trust responding to each initiative, and the future of AI enhancing that capability. And then from an SD-WAN perspective, we are 2 options. A third option is on the doorstep. Fortinet and Versa are both Gartner Magic Quadrant, NSS Labs recommended cyber ratings, top producers. We're also adding a very rising star in Cato Networks, a complete global cloud-based SD-WAN product that is going to be an exceptional third option. We want to give different flavors of choice on the technology. They all include exceptional design engineering, integration to our software, project management that will simplify the deployment, and a command pod support experience to give the best management and response time SLAs in the industry. And we would definitely welcome doing a demo. From that perspective, here is a quick glimpse of the dashboard in our software platform. This is what a customer sees when they log into our software. Obviously, it runs everything in our business, but they get a menu of options, including every support case for life, every service integrates, every location automatically pinned on this according to status, whether something is up and active, something's open, something's down, installing, or a future proposed site, with the ability to click on any location, see the live service, link into every service page where we monitor inventory with alerting and automation behind it. And if something goes down, alerts go out, case gets opened, tier 3 engineer engaged and acknowledging that within 10 minutes. And if you ever need help, fill out this form in about 1 minute. This is mobile enabled. You can even, you can get this on your mobile and 10 minutes SLA from someone that you know that is technical and able to help you with whatever might happen throughout the course of a long-term partnership. So Dennis, I think that completes what I had planned to go through.
And that's incredible, man.
Yeah,
no, I think you did a great job. I mean, the bottom line is that CommandLink is making a difference. They're doing things differently. I saw you from the beginning, and to see how you continue to invest in the platform to make it better, to make it an overall value add to your clients is just amazing. So I can speak from experience that my customers absolutely love CommandLink. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to post them in the chat. As a follow-up to this session, Mason has offered to give a $100 gift card to IT leaders who schedule a technology roadmap discussion with a full CommandLink demo. The demo is truly a differentiator in what you are doing in the industry that other people are not. Please reach out to me at dodonovan@profitcom.com or 888-266-5575, and we will schedule a session with Mason. Thanks, everyone. Mason, thank you so much for taking the time to dive into what you have done and what you are continuing to do to help your customers streamline their IT journey. So thank you so much.
It is my pleasure. Thank you, Dennis.
Have a great day, everyone. Thank you.